Hi, Jen here from Jen Michelle Coaching, and today I want to talk about how to receive love from a man. And for those of you that are new to my channel, I would love to invite you to subscribe. I release a video Sundays of each week. So let's get started. I receive a ton of questions on this. How do I receive love from a man? How do I actually do that? Because those of you that are people pleasers, that tend to be the nurturer and caregiver type, it can be really difficult to actually receive. And I always invite women to notice if they're uncomfortable with any level of doting, care, or support, or if they feel like they have to do everything themselves and kind of find themselves rejecting any level of doting, support, or fuss over them. So this is something really to pay attention to within yourself. And if you find that you're kind of the type of person that doesn't like a lot of help and that has a hard time not being the giver, this video will help you learn how to practice being in that more receptive mode, knowing that masculine energy men do fall in love when they are giving. You're igniting that hero's instinct within him to show up, to step up, and your way of giving is to be so open and appreciative of his efforts and to be fully in the moment with him so you both can connect on a deeper level versus you going into that masculine energy, taking on that role, and then getting caught when it isn't appreciated or received in the same way. So number one, respect him. Men need to feel respected in order to feel loved. Women, we value that more feeling of being cherished and heard and adored. We wouldn't necessarily put respect like the number one need. Not to say that we don't want to be respected, but it's not the thing that women come seek, coaching for. I don't get a lot of, Jen, help me get more respect. Usually I get more, help me feel more connected and loved and appreciated and seen by my partner. But no, for men, in order for them to feel really loved and connected, they need to feel like you respect them and their point of view and their thought process and the way they show up and the way they take initiative, all the ways they problem solve and handle life. And if you notice that you're with a man who is responsible, who holds that stability, and who is trustworthy, it's important to let him move through his process, because that's a way of showing him respect, showing that you trust that he's doing the right thing by you in the relationship. Of course, this is only effective with a man that makes safe and healthy decisions. So that's what I'm talking about for the purpose of this video, okay? Number two, hear his boundaries. Sometimes women will think that if he just would do this one thing and do it this way, then I'll feel loved. But we really are not going to create more love and intimacy if a man does something reluctantly or because he feels coerced into it. So making sure that you respect his boundaries, no means no type of thing, meaning that you're able to hear his no and back off and not have that temper tantrum or think that you've got to plow over his no so you get to feel loved and cherished and adored. Because I promise you, if you push him past his no, you're not going to feel good about the way in which things go down. It's going to feel just heavy. He'll be doing it begrudgingly and you'll feel that energy. And it ends up creating more insecurity than security at the end of the day when we don't accept and meet him right where he is with his boundaries being honored, which goes back to number one, really feeling respected. Number three, share what you authentically appreciate and admire about him. And this means that, when he shows up, we have this tendency, all of us. So the more you're aware of it, the better. We have this tendency to focus on the things or verbalizing the things that we have a problem with, or that, oh, I don't like the way that was done. We tend to verbalize those things more. And so I always invite women to slow down, because this is very powerful. Slow down enough to notice whenever he does something that you find admirable or that you find filled with integrity or just filled with goodness and just a kind heart, that you are acknowledging it and you are truly bringing those feelings into words and sharing with him that you really appreciate, and you take notice of all the ways that he takes the high road and what that means to you or how that makes you feel. Not in a gushing way where you're going on and on about it, but you're just really acknowledging the good in him and showing him that you notice all those things and that they matter to you. And the more you do this, the more you're growing those possibilities of bringing out the best version of who he is, which then becomes this beautiful dance because you both rise up and become two people who are functioning in the dating or relationship exchange at a much higher level. So I hope these 3 tips are helpful in this brief video. I'm sending you so much love. If you would like more content in this area, please go to my site, jenmichellecoaching.com. I've got all kinds of different offerings, programs, free blogs, things that you can check out there. Have a great week, and I'll talk with you all soon.